And after you leave a like, remember to smash the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed to my channel as yet. And remember to hit the notification bell so every time I post a video, you can know right away. Subscribe, 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 subscribe.
What's up, my YouTube friends, viewer subscribers, everybody? Welcome back to another banger video. And the topic for today is how to truly know a person. And I know. You guys, oh, I know the birthday, I know what's their favorite food, I know their favorite color. It goes deeper than what we really think. In fact, it's a lot simpler than what we actually think it really is. A lot of people spend so many times asking a bunch of questions, like useless questions, trying to figure out how to know somebody. And what I mean, how do you get to truly know somebody? It could be like a friendship, a relationship, acquaintance. It could be anybody that you're trying to know. How do you really get to know them? Now, this comes in different stages. And the first thing you want to know is human nature, because that will never change. Once you decipher the human nature, then you go down to the male and the female nature, because those are still the same. What separates everybody, I think I did this, I touched a little bit about this topic in a video I made, self-knowledge. So once you decipher the human nature, then the male and the female nature, those are all the nature of everybody is the same. Everybody is the same. So once you decipher those, what separates everybody is our own individual knowledge, how a person makes decisions. That's the best way I should say it. So once you figure out how a person makes decisions, then it's easy to get to know how they really are, because you can know somebody. Like whenever a person asks you, oh, what's your favorite color, blue, green, like they can tell you what is their favorite color within the moment, or a favorite food that they like currently, or a place they always want to travel. But you got to remember, you can always like these stuff, but if you got dreams to do stuff, what's the point of not aiming to get there, if you know what I mean? So the best way to truly know somebody, like a lot of people think it's extremely hard to know somebody. Oh, you got to ask them 100 questions to get to know them. Oh, they're not doing, no. This is why I'm making this video, because it's a lot simpler than what we actually think. It's not complicated. It's how the person make decisions, which means how they think. Because like I said, the nature of everybody, male, female, the same. What separates everybody is the decisions that they make based off how they think. So thinking separates everybody. So you can have, for an example, male and female, they both think the same. Maybe not identically, but similar based off how we were brought up, or parents, or the lifestyle we live. So this is why we think differently. We all have similar thinking, but that's just the way how it is. So once you come to understand the nature of the gender, and this isn't say when a girl is trying to know a guy, it's also about when a guy is trying to know a girl, or even when you want to know somebody, like you want to be friends with somebody. That's how it is, knowing how they make decisions. Because if you don't truly know how a person makes decisions, do you really know them? Like a lot of, not say older folks, but a lot of, I would say, well, older folks, I don't want to say modern people, but older folks, they would say knowing the person's heart based off what's inside. That's the same concept of knowing how a person make decisions, because everybody have a pattern of behavior, which means everybody make patterns of decision making. If you understand what I mean, nobody's gonna get up and randomly make decisions unless that's how they are. Because you can have some people that get up and they don't think, they move around. That's why they're always in trouble, they're always in problem, they're always in the wrong place at the wrong time. And then you got other people that they will sit down and think about stuff before they actually do it. So to get to know somebody, like you can ask them questions. Okay, say you're trying to know a guy or you're trying to know a girl, and you ask them questions like, oh, what what did you want to become when you were younger? What you think you're trying to find out? You're trying to find out how they make decisions. Or you would say, okay, what's a place you wanted to travel? You want to find out the places that they like, that they want to see. So people are asking questions is also good to know somebody. But how you truly get to, like when you get older, and then you're about to say be in a serious relationship, or you want to start a family, you want to get married, and all these different type of stuff, this is where things get tricky. Because if you pick a wrong person that do not know how to make decisions properly, then it's going to affect you. That's just how it is. So a lot of people think, like, I'm not saying it's bad to ask questions. Like, it's good to ask questions. Like, how are you going to get to know somebody? For an example, me, I'm a very hard person to read. If you see me anywhere, it's hard to read me. And it's hard to know, like, who I really am. And it's hard to know just the way how I think. Because my base personality is like fun, not caring about anything, look like no responsibilities. But once you get to know, like, people that know me personally, they know that my base personality is like that. But once you get to know me, they come to understand that I am a lot more intelligent than what I appear to be. That's just how it is. So how you get to know somebody is you have to focus on how they make decisions, and not say how they make decisions when they're okay and calm. Pressure brings out the best or the worst within somebody. That's why you can, like, the first stage of, say, a relationship or a friendship, or you're knowing somebody for the very first time, the first 3 months is always fun, it's happy. Then once pressure is applied, people lose themselves, bro. I'm telling you. So once, like, not everybody can manage a certain level of pressure. And what I come to understand is when some people are under pressure, they lose themselves completely because they can't think properly. So with that being said, is if that, like, at that moment right there, that's how you truly get to know exactly how that person really is. Because if you are under pressure, you gotta remember, once a human is under pressure, subconsciously it's like survival mode kicking in. You're trying to find anything that you can to survive. Like, that's how it is. Like, this world, like now, this generation of where we are now, so it's designed to, say, keep us, not say trapped, but keep us more calm-minded, so we don't have to stress about, like, stress nowadays is all about money. That's the number one thing. Why did I put 2 fingers up? That's the number one thing right now, money. But this world right now has been designed in a way where, okay, so instead of worrying about where you're gonna sleep, like I know some people are homeless and whatnot, but I'm talking about people, like, not average people. So instead of worry about house, car, and job and all these different type of stuff, just go get a job. When you get paid, there's a roof over your head and there's food on your table. That's how it is. So you don't have to tap into your true instinct. You ever see somebody, like, black out? Like, when pressure is applied or when they're extremely upset, they're a completely different person. That's how that person really is. Because that, right in that moment, like, that person is hurting so much, or trauma, or whatever the case may be, to the point where when this person is pushed beyond their limits, that's when you see a person's true colors of who they really are. And that is the reason why whenever a person is upset, they go off on you, they start yelling. That's how they really feel about you. A lot of people think self-control is about when you're okay, when everything is going fine. No. Self-control is when you're at your breaking point. That's, like, that shows how capable you are of controlling yourself to not lose yourself. Like, bro, a lot of people, when they're angry or they can't have their own way, they lash out and they act a certain way. That's how they really are. But they themselves, they don't know that that's the way how they're behaving, because they have already lost themselves. That's why they behave like that. So how do you truly know a person? If pressure is not applied, if you haven't seen somebody, say, upset or in a intense moment, or, say, had to make quick decisions without being rational. But, like, bro, how do you truly get to know them? A lot of people don't think this deep because they focus on what somebody else say. Oh, Ty, what's your favorite color? Oh, I like turquoise. I like gray. To them it's like, okay, he like this color. Oh, what do you like doing? Oh, I like making videos. Oh, he like making videos. But how do you truly get to know who I really am? You see where I'm going with this? You can't really know who a person really is until you understand how a person thinks and how they make decisions. Because a person can think in a particular way and make absolutely different decisions. Like, most times whenever people think about stuff, The decisions they make is completely different if you're a thinker. So you can sit down and you may say, okay, I want to do this. How do I do this? How can I achieve this? And then you make the best decisions possible in order to achieve whatever it is that you were thinking about. That's how you know a person. It isn't, oh, this person have a flashy lifestyle. Like, bro, the older you get, the more you come to understand that everything is a complete opposite. Rich people don't go out wearing, say, $44 million watch. They don't drive the like that's how it is. I don't even want to touch that. Like, when a person have money, you see it in their attitude, how they carry themselves, how they walk, how they talk, the places they go. You see it in them. Persons that say just getting some money and they're broke, they're the ones that want everybody to know that, oh, I got some money. That's how it is. That's just how it is. So to truly know a person, bro, you need to see someone under pressure. You need to see them in intense moment, because, bro, like you guys, like, if you're old enough to understand what I'm saying, you probably already have seen when pressure is applied to people, how they change drastically. They're completely opposite from how they were before, and that's how they really are. And like I was saying before, this is why whenever you say had a friend and you guys are not friends no more, or they're upset with you, or they're drunk or something, that's when they go off. That's how a person really feel about you. Let me tell you something. We live in a world where people, like, before a person tests you, they size you up first. So they analyze you first. And if there's no, say, opportunity for them to lash out, they'll never do it. They keep it to themselves. This is why when they're upset, when they're angry, they speak more. Like, people speak more freely when they're upset, because they're bubble up inside and they think, oh, I'm angry enough, now I can say this. This is why people, when they're angry with you, they say stuff, and then once they calm down, they look within themselves and then they're like, holy crap, I can't believe I just did that. And then they're stuck with two things. It's either they're gonna apologize to you, or they're gonna leave it just the way how it is, because they know it's unchangeable. That's just how it is. So that's how you truly know somebody, how they make decisions in tense moment. Like a lot of, like, I've seen a lot of people go all over the place and they think, oh yeah, life is like this and no. And they think, oh, this person is like this and this person is like, no. You can't truly know a person unless you know how they make decisions, because like I say, people have patterns of behavior. If you don't believe me, if you got siblings, or say your parents, it could be any random person. Look at how they are now, and then think back. They are exactly they're not say exactly the same. Their patterns is exactly the same. You got people that jump from jobs to jobs to jobs to jobs. Their pattern is still the same. You got people, say, moving all over the place. They're always doing, like, they're always doing stuff and they're gaining nothing. They're always moving around doing pointless things. They're gaining, like, look at their patterns and tell me if it's not the same. That's how they make decisions, because whenever a person making decisions determine their pattern of behavior. That's how it is. That is how it is. So a lot of people, like I was saying, asking questions about, asking people questions, like, you can get to know the base of how they really are, but to truly get to know them is how they think, how they make decisions. So with that being said, is if you're aiming for a bright future, if a person way of thinking doesn't align with yours, it's going to cost you everything. And that's one of the reasons why people lose everything. Their business get destroyed. They lose everything because of somebody else, because they think, oh, I know this person. And once a pressure is applied to somebody, once they start showing who they really are, that's when everything is crumbled, and that's when people lose everything they work so hard to get. And I've seen it already. So with that being said, is once you truly get to know a person, that's sort of leave you with a couple questions to say, okay, can I leave this in your hands? Are you capable enough to handle this? When you are upset, when you are upset, are you going to destroy everything that we created? If we're trying to build a business together. The first 1 year is okay. Once people start hitting us with lawsuit and people start lying on us and people start trying to take us down, are you going to be under too much pressure where you're going to destroy our business to satisfy somebody else? Or you're going to stand beside me and help destroy everybody that's trying to go against us? You see, that's what people don't think about, because they think about the base of knowing somebody else, like their favorite food, their favorite color, what they like to eat. Like these things they focus on, not worrying about how the person really thinks. Because once you understand how a person think, it's easy for you to know what they would do and what they wouldn't do. Example, let's say, use your parents for an example. Your parents, like, what's the best way to describe it? Like, your parents know you, but they don't know you. And what I mean by that is, they know the decisions you will make, and they know the decisions you won't make, because everybody have done things or said things their parents don't hear about. Example, if you're from a household where your parents say, oh, no swearing in my house. For sure, when you're outside with your friends, you swear. Your parents don't know that you're doing it, but you're doing it. Other things is exactly the same. So your parents, they don't know you, but they know the decisions you're going to make. Another example, if somebody was supposed to come to my mom and say, oh, Ty was roasting me. He's always talking. He's always laughing. He's always roasting everybody in the room. He acts like he's better than everybody else. He acts like he dressed better than everybody else. My mom would sit down and be like, oh yeah, that's not like him. But if a person was supposed to say, oh, Ty stole from me, before the person even finish saying stole, my mom would be like, that's not him. That is not him. You're lying. Because my mom know the decisions I will make and what I won't make. So with that being said, she know how I make decisions. She thinks she know who I really am. She thinks so. But she know how I make decisions. So with that being said, she know what I will do and what I won't do. So she know I will roast everybody, but stealing, hell no. So if somebody was supposed to say that, she know for 100%, oh, that's not him. That is not him. So your parents know the decisions you're going to make, because they know your mindset. They know how you see the world. And the same thing applies to when you're truly getting to know somebody, is you want to see how they see the world. And if you guys don't see the world the same way, it's pointless. It's pointless. Because you can try to make somebody see the same way, like you can try to make somebody see the world the same way how you do. But if their thinking is not aligned with yours, they can't see it the same way. Have you ever had a conversation with somebody and they had no idea what you're talking about? Even if it's like a normal conversation. Or have you ever seen, like, you're with a group of friends and two start arguing and they're about to fight, and then all of a sudden you're looking at both of them, and then like they lose, like you're literally watching them losing themselves. Me, I'm always one of the most level-headed one in the room. So it's easy for me to pinpoint once a person has lost themselves. Once a person pupil has got this big and there's no darkness, that person is gone. They're gone. That's how it is. They're not like how they are. That's no longer them. Bro, that's just how it is in getting to know somebody. Is when you get to know somebody, it's a lot simpler. And all you gotta do, like, it's good to ask questions to know, but all you gotta do is sit down and watch how they make decisions. You can't ask them, what is one hardest challenge that you overcome? Like, these are questions you need to ask when you're trying to know somebody. Not, when you were in 5th grade, what you wanted to become. You're learning nothing about somebody. You need to finding out their ambitions. If they got goals, if they have dreams, if they want to become something. Instead of asking somebody, what you want to be when you grow up, you ask them, what are you trying to become? Because people's mind change depending on circumstances, environment, money. Like people's mind change consistently, and people ask the wrong question. If you're gonna ask me, what did you want it to be when you were younger, and when you were younger, what you wanted to be when you got older. I'm gonna tell you, oh, I wanted to be a chef. If you ask me what I'm trying to become, I'm gonna tell you a full-time content creator. So if you don't ask, like, you gotta ask different questions in order to get to know who a person really think. Like, you can't know who a person really think unless you have a deep conversation with them. Because once you have a deep conversation with somebody, they start telling you the way how they see the world. And once a person starts telling you the way how they see the world, you're learning how that person see the world and how that person make decisions. How are they disciplined enough? Bro, it's crazy. So, say you're trying to get into a relationship with somebody. Are they disciplined enough to discipline themselves to be respectful to themselves, hence be respectful to you? How are you gonna know if a person is committed if they're not committed to themselves? If a person is not, say, disciplined enough to be committed to the gym, say once or twice a week, or committed to their job, or committed to whatever it is that they're chasing, how you expect them to be committed to you? So you want a person to, say, be in a relationship with you, love you with all their heart, but they don't love themselves? That's not how it works. You want a person to be committed to you, but they're not even committed to no future of theirs. They're not aiming for nothing. So how you expect to grow? You see how this river runs so deep? If a person can't do stuff for themselves, they can't do it for you. And that's their way of thinking. That's how they make decisions. So if a person is constantly beating themselves up, what do you think they're going to do to you? Come and love you all loving? Like I said, for the first 3-4 months, they'll be happy. But once pressure is applied, that person will unleash who they really are. Self-control isn't about controlling yourself once you're calm and everything is going fine. Self-control have to do with when you're under high pressure and you're about to lose yourself. So how do you truly get to know somebody if you never sit back and watch how they make decisions? If a person is not committed to their life and their dream or what they're trying to become, if they're not 100% dedicated and committed to becoming this person that they tell you that they're trying to become, how you think they're going to be committed to you? Bro, sometimes I wish a lot of people see the world the way how I do, but unfortunately, we all don't see the world the same way. And it's a lot simpler trying to get to know somebody more than how a lot of persons think. A lot of persons think you gotta stay on the phone for at least 10 hours asking them a bunch of questions. You gotta remember, people can lie to you, but they won't lie about how they make decisions. And if you don't believe me, I think I've said this once upon a time, that people do what they want to do. All you gotta do is wait for them to do so. That's it. So the next time you're trying to get to know somebody, all you gotta do is watch out for their pattern of behavior. Bro, people think, well, I would say some people think before they do stuff. But like I was saying, everybody have a pattern of behavior. We all don't have identical thinking, but people have similar thinking. And all you need to do in order to truly know somebody is know how they make decisions, especially while under pressure or while upset. Because, bro, you got some people, and I'm telling you, when they're upset, they are willing to throw away everything that they work so hard to get. This is one of the reasons why people turn their life upside down. You got some people that they will work for 6 months to a year, and then all of a sudden when something bad happens, they destroy their whole life. And then they start from zero all over again. Because they're like, oh, it's too hard. It's too much pressure. Bro, not all of us was built in a certain way to deal with pressure. Because, like, I think when things get hard or tough, and I think when, like everybody have breaking point is, like, different limits. So with that being said, is I think once some people has reached their limit, then it's sort of like they can't take it no more, and then it's like the easiest way for them, instead of keep pushing forward, It's like lose everything. I think that's how they think of losing everything. That's how they are. So with that being said, is if you're about to go into a relationship with somebody and you're a strong-minded person and you're willing to keep on pushing forward regardless of what's going on, can you really pick somebody that's like willing to destroy everything? Because that person is going to eventually, once they hit their breaking point again with you, they're taking themselves down with you. So that's how you truly get to know somebody, is how they see the world, how they make decisions. Trust me, when you're younger, you always want to ask questions because you want to, like, some people think it's easier when they say it, but all you got to do is sit down and watch how they really are. Do they got a good sense of humor? Or when you're trying to joke with them, or do they get upset? Do they take everything serious? Are they hard to talk to? Can you talk to them about any bad situation that happened to you without them being upset and making everything seem like it's your fault? Bro, you gotta look at how people think. That's how it is. So that's how you truly get to know somebody, is how they make decisions from upstairs. And like I was saying, the human nature is the same. The male and the female nature is the same. What sets people apart is our own individual way of thinking. That's what separates everybody. Because females will always say, oh, all guys want is to sleep with them. But guess what? Not every guy will sleep with them. The guys that they attract, we want to sleep with them. And then guys will say, oh, all girls want is my money. Not all girls want your money. Some girls don't care about money. They care about time, attention, and like females don't care about the piece of paper, the money itself. They don't care about the money itself. They care about what you can make happen with it. So a lot of like people don't think about these things. And you see how funny it is? Females think a certain way that all guys want to sleep with them, and guys think a certain way. Females only want money. You see how funny it really is? But then a girl can come across a guy that don't want to sleep with them, and then it drives them crazy because they're used to every guy being like that. And then when they come across one guy that don't want it from them, they don't know what to do. And guys are the same. When a guy's used to a woman always wanting money from them, and they come across a woman that have her own money, they don't know how to deal with that woman. That's how it is. So that's how you truly get to know somebody, based off their own way of thinking, how they make decisions. If you think you know a person and you don't know how they make decisions, then you don't truly know them. You think you do, but you don't. Like, people will say knowing a person based off what's inside. That's the same way with making decisions, how they make decisions. It's the same. It's just worded different. So I hope this message was useful for some of you guys. Thank you for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned. I will be back doing more stuff. You're going to enjoy the rest of your day. I'm out. And don't forget to follow me on social media. I post daily on them.